So, anyways, what we're talking about the Pentagon and misinformation and how the news media is going to pay for the leak that the Pentagon put out, and they're going to get blamed rather than the Pentagon, regardless if they hate or love Trump. If you want to know somebody that really hates Trump, it's this guy here, Paul Mills. Okay, and this guy's getting so fucked up on drugs or whatever his problem is in Arizona, where all the dope is. You know, listen to this, okay? He claims to be a Christian and all that. He went to Bible school in Venezuela, which is Catholic stuff, and he's prophesizing out of a King James Version Bible. Not to judge the man. I love his work, okay? And he does know how to read and break news. But his judgment, he's got his head in fog. Okay, check this out.
Hey, this is Paul from Off Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. This is March the 6th. I'm sorry, it is May the 6th. January, February, March, April. No, it's April. I need to start over, folks. I need my cup of coffee. Anyway, I believe it's April the 6th, 2026. That's what happens when you don't get your coffee. Anyway, welcome to our channel. We're going to try to bring you up to date on all the breaking news in the last 24 hours. Folks, what a 24 hours. We didn't do our broadcast yesterday. I was going to do it, and then I waited around too late, and I got really tired. So that's what happens when you're an old fart. You either do it in the morning or you have to do it the next day. Anyway, this is what started it all.
This guy has family, and they have children. And obviously on Easter, he's not really connected with his family very good. Okay. He has 17 dislikes and 12 likes. His last video before this one on Rumble, he had 47 dislikes and 17 likes. And he gets $20 for every 10,000 views. Well, I wish I could do that. Because I would get off the street. So, because misinformation is what's ruining everything. I don't know why the camera's got my face all skinny like that. So let's just check this out for a minute. Emergency alert, massive. This is true. He don't even know how to spell right. It says, emergency alert, massive US loses in Trump's war on Iran. Multiple planes and soldiers lost. Well, if the soldiers were murdered and killed, where's the caskets with the flags on them? And why isn't there any more rhetoric about the war thing? See, there was absolutely no casualties. The planes were blown up by our own people, man, because they couldn't leave behind because they got stuck in sand and they tried taking off and they couldn't, man. And people's all pissed off about using such a big airplane to go get somebody. The leak happened and they had to do that because they got surfaced to our public, which isn't allowed to know shit. And you know what I'm saying? It had to happen that way. And it was very heroic of our military to go do that. He wasn't a navigator. And the man was not a pilot. He was a weapons officer. We're going to do some more reporting about that a little bit later. You need to share and subscribe. Okay, I'm not up here spreading bullshit. Okay, this is bullshit because there was no soldiers lost. And Israeli News Live with Stephen Ben-Hanun on YouTube said the same thing. There's no casualties, man. Israel News 12 on Zero Hedge on Twitter. That's where I got the information with the C-130 landing in sand. It didn't get shot down now, they did. It got blown up. And I looked at multiple pictures of crashed C-130s that weren't all burned up. Those planes were bombed by our fighter jets. Okay? It's time to share and subscribe today, man, and contribute. Cash App, the Dang Tiger, and we're out. Tigers, Signs of Times by Toby Milwee. It's April 7th, 26th. It's Tuesday, a little bit before noon. I'm going to cut it up with the editor. I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to cut it down with the editor and show you some stuff. It's kind of windy, so just check this out. It's Flying J truck stop, Beach, North Dakota. Not to down anybody that works anywhere, okay? I don't. This is why. He's dragging the cooking oil out and dumping it on the ground. I'm from California, man. I used to work at mechanic shops. And they kicked everybody out for getting one drop of oil on the ground. And look at all the dirt around that lock. we had fish and wildlife, right? And you have your oil reserves. Those are leaves from last fall. I just said the date, right? Okay. We have flammable material here. The wind never stops blowing. Whoever stayed on man hitchhiking, no matter what season, man, it don't stop. Got equipment over here. It's leaking oil out of the ground. That's hydraulic fluid. It's a trash compactor. I mean, it stinks back here, man. Actually, two pieces of equipment. I'm not sure what this one was. I saw it yesterday. Oh, this is this here. This is a cardboard binder. That's the hydraulics for it here. Here's cat litter, which is really dangerous. Walking through here, you can slip on that. And all the trash has to go in that door right there. I mean, it stinks back here, man. Look at all these back there, man. The hydraulics for this is leaking oil in the ground too. And you got kitty litter on top of rocks and dirt right here. And you got a bunch of gophers and shit digging around in the grass. All the way around, all the grass, all around the building. This is for an old scale. And they took it out, just like the one in McCammon, Idaho. You know, they have a scale they put in on the other side of the building because I don't think people know how to drive a truck. If you look at the trucks, professional truck drivers, you could tell that the bumper's torn off. And the FedEx truck I saw outside yesterday. That's it right there. See that truck? Boy, I wish I could zoom that up. Right below the driver's door, and between the sleeper and the door, there's a big hole in it, man. That's FedEx, man. What happened? What happened, man? I don't think our infrastructure is doing that hot. We're going to do some reporting today. I'm going to do some more research and do some reading to you, and so I can make a point and maybe try to make a few dollars. But we're going to check out the Pentagon and why they're not in trouble, and the news media is. With the F-15 E-Strike Eagle weapons officer. And Trump's trying to cover that shit up by saying, well, you know, he's going to go after the media. You know what, man? The seed grows the tree, and the fruit comes from that. Okay, and you can't blame the news media because it leaked out of your Pentagon. It's supposed to be classified and stuff, right? So don't blame it on the news. I thought it was kind of heroic, and I had a soft spot in my heart for Trump until I found out what happened today. I got the information off Mark Fugel. Okay, that's eastbound right there. There is no traffic, you know. The economy really isn't doing nothing, man. There's some more jets flying through the sky here a little bit. We've been in town here. We hitchhiked in about 6 days ago. And it snowed a couple times and it melted off, I mean, quick, man. It's really super dry. Let me light this cigarette again. So what do you think, man? Leave a comment. Do you think our country looks really great and everything's just fine? I don't. And do they really care about our land if there's a nuclear war? Who do you think's land? I mean, I got some pictures of Iran. I did erase them. But Iran looks really beautiful. And it looks like they have clear blue water in Iran. And it looks like their air is pretty clean. So if there was to be a bomb drop somewhere, I would think it would. They don't care about it here, man. There's trash everywhere. There's shit blowing in the wind. The weather sucks. You know, it's not even close to being accurate. I've been living outside all winter with my cat, man, in Montana. It's on the channel, man. There is no snow. It snows and it melts off within a day or two. And as soon as the sun comes out like it is now, It warms up at least 15 degrees at a drop of a hat, all winter long. We had the avalanche that happened in Lake Tahoe. I lived there for about a year, where 9 skiers were buried under 3 to 5 feet of snow. And Todd Grande here on YouTube has that information. Check that out. And all the snow has melted off the peaks all winter. So anyways, you let me know in the comments if you think that if there was going to be a bomb drop somewhere, I would think it would be here. Because we really don't need this land to grow food. And China's been stocking up grain and stuff for years. They've been getting ready for this for a long time. EPA? Where? That's cooking oil for all the shit flying J fries and dumping it on the ground. And all those barrels are full. With the oil going up like it is. Even right here, the oil has went up. Let's check out the price of gas and diesel too while we're at it. We got into town, diesel was $5.15 for cash, not credit. And it went up to $5.39. And gas is at $3.49. So, in 1932, they started putting the 9/10 as a selling factor to make it look cheaper. And I don't think people really give a fuck about it when they just keep printing money and handing it to you. And the more the world quits using the money, the more people ain't gonna give a shit about it. There's no poverty, man. Gold's going up. No, gold didn't do nothing, okay? Your dollar went down. And your silver, okay? It hasn't done shit either. I gotta fly a sign today, man. It's kind of looks a little bit. My phone data too, by the way. I have to upload this here because on the Wi-Fi because there was no indicator saying that my service was ending. You just get a 3-day notice, then it turned into 1 day, and now you don't get nothing. I just wonder why that is, man. And if you call Straight Talk or AT&T, it's a rigor mortis to try to figure out when your service ends. It wasn't like that before. I've been making videos for 8 years on prepaid phones, man. Why did that change? It's not the news media's fault. It's the Pentagon, okay? And I mean, come on. Because I already put a video up about the pilot, or the pilot was found, but the weapons officer wasn't. I put a video up of the C-130 landing in sand. That's on Twitter at Zero Hedge. And Stephen Bendenin, a CIA operative, gets on YouTube here and says the planes were shot down. If the plane crashed, the propellers would be bent. And they're not bent. There's actually debris hanging from the propellers, like clothing or something. Check out my channel. Subscribe today and share. Cash App, that dang tiger. And we're out. I mean, contribute. I can use it, man. If not, I'm just going to keep making videos anyways, man. Because I show it to people, and I get paid out here on these streets all day long. I'm not on drugs, and I don't need to be greedy. I have real information. Stop judging people, and you'll figure out something. We love you. We care about you, and we're out.